This section is going to look at maintain Active Directory. We're going to talk about NTDS util. So NTDS.dit, this is the Active Directory Domain Services database, and NTDS util is a utility tools. From the command prompt, we'll be able to use these tools, and with that, we'll be able to do many stuff such as Active Directory database maintenance. We'll be able to create snapshots. We'll be able to create offline defragmentations, relocations, the database, those kind of things we'll be able to do. NTDS util to clean up domain controllers metadata. When a domain controller is removed from the domain while offline, it is unable to remove important information from directory services. So NTDS util can clean that remnants of the domain controllers. NTDS util also can reset the password to log on to the directory services restore mode, which configured during the configurations of a domain controllers. So basically, NTDS utility, this is a tools, is a command line tools. With that tools, we'll be able to manage and maintain many different features in Active Directory domain services. So our Active Directory domain services, it can be started, it can be stopped, it could be in the restore mode as well. It is not possible to perform a system state restore while NTDS is in stop state. So our Active Directory, we can start, we can stop, we can use the directory service mode as well. So there are a few different options for that. Optimizing an Active Directory database. This is one of the options we have in Active Directory. With that, we can stop the Active Directory domain services. We can run the following commands, and after that, we can stop the NTDS, NTDS util.exe, active instance NTDS files compact to C. So with this process, we'll be able to defragment the Active Directory domain services database. Sometimes when your Active Directory domain services got a lot of features, a lot of users, computers, and many resources. So during that time, if we want to reorganize the Active Directory domain services database or data structures, we can use this NTDS utility tool. And use the following command to verify the integrity of the compacted database. So once we defragment our Active Directory domain services, that NTDS database, after that we'll be able to verify that whether it is okay or not. We'll be able to do the integrity check as well. After that, we can start our domain services as well. So we're going to look at these sections later on, but now let's have a look the backup and recovery. Especially we're going to talk about Active Directory backup, because in our Windows servers, Active Directory is one of the core component. So if we want to backup that services, we need to know how to backup from here. If you do not have proper backup, and in case if you have problem with your NTDS files, then you'll not be able to access your Active Directory users and computers. And for that purposes, we have a few different kinds of backup. First one is Active Directory backup. Then Active Directory snapshot. This is kind of like another kind of backup. Snapshot means we can take a pictures of the Active Directory, and later on we'll be able to see this one. And recycle bin, this is another options. We're going to look at that. Windows servers backup and recovery. We'll be able to look at this one as well. So what it means altogether, Active Directory domain services is one of the core components. This is our domain controller. So such as other things, if something happened like client, that's not a problem. But in the servers, this Active Directory users and computers, so all these things is very important. So you should have a proper backup. Now this sections you're going to look at how we can create the backup and how we can restore the services from the backup. So let's have a look bit of example like what we're going to do. Let's say we have now DC01 and we have our NTDS file. We may have many other files and services. We're going to learn how to put a backup for the entire servers and also for individual files and services as well. So if you want to put a backup, you need to have another secondary services. Either you need a external hard disk for backup, or you need storage services, which is part of your network. So you need to have a network connectivity. In our case, we have two servers. One server is a domain controller, another servers you have RODC. So RODC servers we're going to use as like a backup locations. Okay, so we're going to create a backup folder over there, and after that, in main servers, let's say we're going to create file 1, file 2. We're going to create like 2 folders, and we're going to put a backup for those 2 folders over there. And after that, we're going to look at how we can restore those folders from the backup servers. So let's log into the actual servers, which is DC01, everyone. Let's open DC01. This is our DC01 servers. Everyone logged into DC, domain controller. Cool. And we're going to install the backup servers. Let's click on manage, add roles and features. Click next, next, next. We're going to find out Windows servers backup. So this is a roles. So we click on next, we go to features. If we go down, there's a Windows servers backup. Windows servers backup. So tick that one, click next and install. Cool. Now after that, let's in the same servers, let's open up your file explorer and this PC, C drive. In C drive, we're going to create a couple of folders. Say file 1, another one is file 2, like that. Make sure you create the services not on your host machines, in your not on your host machines. Please create things in your actual server 1, not in the host machines. Everyone created folder, excellent. Cool. Yes, excellent. Now we're going to put a, once it's ready, we're going to put a backup for that one. So now, after this file creations, we'll go to our second servers, and then we're going to create a shared folder over there. Now, Let's go to RODC. Because RODC servers at the moment, it's not doing much things. So we're going to use that one as like our backup locations. I'll close this one.
Zahid, can you have a look at my screen for a sec, please?
Which one, say again?
Can you have a look at my screen for a sec when I try to log in on
Okay, there are no logon servers available to service logon request. Everything was good before, right?
Yeah, it started happening after we restarted.
Okay. After we started, this happened. Okay. So at the moment, what do you do? Maybe logged in as a local dot slash. Just simply put administrators and password. Just type administrator. Yes, and the password. And hit enter. Yes, that's fine. So everybody logged into the RODC. Excellent. So now in RODC servers, we're going to pick up this file explorer, this PC, and C drive. We're going to create, this is different. I'm going to create a new folder called backup. So that means this folder, we're going to put a backup from the other servers. So everybody created this folder?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just waiting. Once you create this backup folder, then we're going to do some more stuffs. Not in your desktop, C drive. Let's go to C drive, create a folder called backup. So once you create a folder, then we're going to share this one. So we'll go to properties, and after that, sharing, advanced sharing, share this folder, and click on permissions. And we're going to share this folder for everyone in this case, and provide full permissions to everyone. We can put administrator privilege as well, but training purposes, we provide full permissions. Click on share this folder, share the folder, and click OK. Click OK. Yeah, click on permissions and select full control. Yes, that's good. And click close. So that's how you share a folder. Your folder is not shared, Manish. So how to share a folder? These things you need to know. So let's have a look again. If you are not done yet, right click on your backup folder. We'll go to properties, click on sharing, then advanced sharing, and then tick share this folder. Click on permissions and select everyone and select all of the allow, full control, change, and read. You select all of this. So in this way we provide the full permissions to these users. Normally we can do it for specific groups, but in our practice purposes we just provide full permissions to everyone. After that, click OK. Because one step if we don't do, then these 2 steps we need to do it again, and then later on when you try to do other things it will not work. Click OK and close. Now we create the backup folders. Now we'll go to our actual domain controller, which is DC01. And DC01, we go to our server managers, local servers, tools, and if we go down, we're going to open our Windows servers backup, these tools. This is the backup console. With this console, we'll be able to put a backup to different locations. It could be network shared locations. It could be external hard disk. Even with this console, we'll be able to provide backup to the Microsoft Azure cloud as well.
Sorry, where do I go for that? Is it
So if you go down, 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 should be down there. Windows servers backup. Did you install the backup?
I think so, yeah.
Windows servers backup. It should be under tools. Go down.
Do I need a reset, maybe?
No, restart is not required because this is small services. Okay, we'll just make it bigger and then search in here, Windows. Yeah, Windows servers backup. So click on this one. Yes, cool. Everybody got a Windows servers backup, fantastic. So click on local backup in here on the left hand side, then it will open all other stuffs. It's taking a bit of time, just wait for a few moments. Yes, on the right hand side you can see that we have a few options: backup schedule, backup once, and recover. These 3 things normally is important. Now in our case we just want to backup now, so you click on backup once, click this one, and different options, click next. Full server backups. Full server backup, it will take a long time, but we just want to check it out. So we click on custom, select custom and click next. After that is saying that select the items for backup, like what we want to backup. Add items. And in here, you can see that bare metal recovery, then system state backup. So only the system particular state you can put a backup. Bare metal means the entire servers you can put a backup. Then if you go to C drive, look at that. You have a local C drive. Under that we have all the files and services. So you can select which one you want to put a backup, which one you don't want. You have many options to select that. So in our case, we select only testing purposes. We just want to only backup a couple of folders, which is file 1 and file 2. But the process is same. Whether you want to backup the entire drive or entire machines, the process is same. So select file 1 and file 2 and click OK. After that, click next. It's saying where you want to put a backup. Local drive means if you have any external disk, you can connect. But in our case, we're going to learn how to do network-based backup. So click on remote share folder and click next. After that, we put double slash like that and RODC and slash, because in our RODC servers, we have a backup file. We select the backup file like that. Everyone got that one? Yes. Manish, I think your one was RODC. Yes, RODC. Yes, your got a backup as well. Everyone, okay, excellent. Everyone got the backup. Click next and backup. So that's how we can put a backup. So it will back up to the remote locations. And yeah, it should be, it will take a bit of time, but after that it should be fine. Creating shadow copy. So in Microsoft, they're using the volume shadow copy services. With that, they can put a backup. Now, I'll just show you that how the backups actually set up. If I go to my RODC servers, I can see backup, and over there, let's say Windows image backup. If we open that one, and you can see that under the backup locations, there are a virtual hard disk created, and look at that, how many files has been created. So this is the volume shadow copy services. In this way, it's actually provide a backup in the remote locations. It's not like a copy just only the folder, but there are catalog, log files, and associated many services actually it's create. Now, from our main servers, which is DC01, we're going to delete those two files. So you open this file explorer, C drive. So I'm going to remove or delete this file 1 and file 2. And after that, we're going to look at how to recover those files. So I deleted them. And if I go to my backup console, then we'll be able to recover that. Once you delete, then if you want to recover, you need to have a this backup console is important. From there, we'll be able to recover. Okay. Now, once you how to recover, we click on recover here, and same wizard will go ahead. It's saying where is the backup stored that you want to use for the recovery. So backup stored in another locations, right? It's not in the same server. So we select another locations and click next. Remote shared folder, select that one, click next, and type here backup slash, no, it was a server name was RODC/backup. Was it like that? Yes, RODC/backup. Click next. Because it's to access the remote shared folder does not exist.
Wrong spelling.
You had a typo in RODC.
Oh, that's why. Sorry. C becoming E. That's why I say, why is my backup now is okay? Yes, now is backup. Look, click next. Yes. Next. Next. Then expand. Click on C drive. So once you click on C drive, you can see your those two files. So you're going to select that one. Click next. and it's saying recovery destinations where you want to recover. Original locations, some reason is not selected, but we browse and go to this PC, C drive, and just click OK because it was there. Just simply select C drive and click OK. Then click next and recover. So that's how Windows Server's backup works. So once it's done, it's completed, click close, and we open our backup servers, and you can see our file is there. So that's how backup and recovery works. So this is, we looked at the file and folder, but pretty similar way. You don't have to do, just have a look. Backup once or schedule backup, I can set up, custom, next, add items, then C drive, Windows, expand the Windows, and there's the NTDS file. Where is NTDS? Look at that. This is the file. This is your Active Directory domain services. So if you think like you want to back up your Active Directory domain services, you need to select NTDS, then click OK. So this is the services we can put a backup. You don't have to do this one. Just I'm just showing that. That's how we can put a backup. So that was the ntds.dit files. All right. So we have looked at Active Directory backup. So Windows servers backup and recovery, these things we have looked at. Now we're going to look at recycle bin. What is a recycle bin? So if we go to our DC, which is this one I don't need at the moment. This is our DC01 actual domain controllers machines. And if we go to tools, Active Directory administrative centers, please open this one. Tools, server managers, tools, Active Directory administrative centers. So Active Directory administrative centers is another management areas. You can manage many stuffs from here. If I click on my domain and local, that one, we'll be able to see that all accounting, sales, all these stuffs you have done before, everything is there because Active Directory administrative centers and Active Directory users and computers, many things is similar, but Active Directory administrative centers, this one have some extra features. Say we have created some OUs, they are displaying in here, but main thing actually we are looking at recycle bin. Everyone there on the right hand side, see there's a enable recycle bin. One of the options you can see. Click on that one. Are you sure you want to perform these actions? Once recycle bin has been enabled, it cannot be disabled. Okay. Once it's done, then you refresh. If you refresh, you'll be able to see this enable recycle bin. This thing is grayed out. So grayed out means it's enabled. Now, after that, if I go down a bit, I got some sales OU. I got some users over there, or yeah, Kim, Bob Marley, or Bob Marley. If I delete that users, or if I delete sales group 1, let's say I deleted those stuff. So once I delete, I'll be able to recover those stuffs from the recycle bin as well. So let's delete some users from your Active Directory users and computers, or from here. Yes, delete something. Just right click and delete. not the entire OU. Just delete like users and computers. One is OU. I have deleted just like a users. So open up your sales OU. Inside there's some users and groups, and delete users or groups just for testing purposes. Everyone okay with that? All right. So once it's done, after that, we click on same Zahid bracket local. We just click on that one. Just to simply click and see the deleted objects. Open the deleted objects. Look at that. Your users and groups is over there. And if you have to restore, right click and restore. Right click and restore. So that's how you can restore that one. So it's recycle bin is a very good features. Once we enable this one, if something happened without users or groups, we'll be able to recover that one. And if you try to delete your OU, you'll not be able to delete, because when we created the OU, that time there's one of the options was protect from accidental deletions. There's one of the things was ticked. That's why if you try to delete your OU, you'll not be able to delete that one. All right. Everyone okay with the recycle bin? Simply recycle bin you can use from these services. That's how you click for you. If you delete something from, maybe you don't have any users at the moment. If you have any users or groups, so pretty much you'll be able to delete from here, and after that, if you go here, see the deleted objects, you can find your deleted objects in here. All good. So that's how recycle bin works. And these sections, if you want, you can create the users and stuffs in here as well. So as you can see, there's a new, and then you can create users and groups and organizational unit. These three things normally we need, and we can create these things from these Active Directory administrative centers as well. Normally we don't use much Active Directory administrative centers. Majority of the people, they're using the Active Directory users and computers. This one, this is very popular, but the other one, Active Directory administrative centers, sometimes we use for some specific services. All right, let's go back to our discussions. So we have looked at Windows servers backup and recovery. We have looked at recycle bin as well. This is just the instructions how to configure Windows servers backup. Recycle bin we have looked at. Now snapshot. Other things you're going to learn, this is called snapshot. So what is a snapshot? Snapshot means you take a picture. Now we have, let's say we have draw this diagram. If we take a pictures, and after that if we delete or something happened, we'll be able to go back and check that what was the drawing. So Active Directory snapshot works pretty similar way. NTDS util in Windows Server 2016 can create and mount snapshot of NTDS. A snapshot is a form of historical backup, and that captures the exact state of the directory service at the time of the snapshot. You can use tools to explore the contents of a snapshot to examine the state of the directory service at the time the snapshot was made. So we can historical backup. Backup means you'll not be able to restore everything from there, but you can kind of like take a pictures of Active Directory, and later on, like if something happened with your Active Directory, you can check those pictures and you'll be able to see what was the configurations over there. So these things we're going to learn now. How to create the snapshot, we're going to learn. So at first, create a snapshot of Active Directory with the NTDS util tools. Mount the snapshot to a unique port. Expose the snapshot and view read-only snapshot. So this is the 4 steps we're going to do. So now we're going to configure this one. At first, we go to our domain controllers. And in the domain controller machines, first thing we're going to open our PowerShell command. Okay. In this PowerShell command, what we'll do, this is a PowerShell command. If I type cmd.exe, then I can go to the command prompt. See, PS means PowerShell and C means command prompt. If I want to go to PowerShell.exe, oops, sorry, I missed the dot, enter. So this is the PowerShell. If I go to cmd.exe, I can go to command prompt. So same window we can use in switch between exe, exe. Yes. Yes. So C:/users administrator. Okay. Now we're going to create this snapshot. So first thing we say ntds.dit. ntds.dit, this is one of the tools. What's happening? NTDS util, hit enter. Okay. NTDS util, then we say snapshot, hit enter, and activate instance NTDS, enter, and create, enter. So create means it's creating a snapshot. Snapshot means it will take a picture. After that, it's saying that the command returns a message that indicates that the snapshot set was generated successfully. The GUID that is displayed is important for commands in the later task. So, so we need this information. So we can type quit, or even if we don't type a quit, we are in snapshot at the moment. Let me bring this one up a bit more. Yes, now it's okay. Now at the moment, next thing is mount and NTDS snapshot. So we created this snapshot. Look at that, like a long ID. This is a snapshot ID. Now we're going to mount that snapshot. We say mount So this one, if you already type, if you are already out from this snapshot, you have to type all these things. But simply we put mount, and we need a GUID. This is the GUID. I'm going to copy it, select, right click again. I have copied. So when I hit enter, it's actually mounted as C drive, C /snap C. It create a ID and is mounted with C drive. All good. So yeah. Okay, cool. Now it's mounted. Everyone is good with that. Yeah. Activate. It should be not active instance. Is a activate instance NTDS. Then it should be fine. Okay. Activate. Yes, not active. Then rest of the things I think it should be fine. Okay. Now snapshot is there. It's saying after that it need to say quit again. After the mount, sorry, QUIT, sorry, not quite, QUIT, 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 quit. Okay, now quit means we are just coming out from those snapshot and NTDS stuffs. Now in C drive, we say DSA main space dash DB path. So we mount, now we're going to expose that one. We're going to bind that particular, GUID with a particular port. DB path C:/. Actually, I can copy this one, or these things I need. $snap underscore 20200822311 underscore volume C $. So this one I actually copied from here. This is the C:/snap, and these things I have copied. And then after that, Windows /NTDS dot dit space dash LDAP port space 45,000. What we are doing, we have created the snapshot. After that, we mount that snapshot in C drive. After that, we are binding that snapshot with a particular port. Okay, didn't go through properly. Let me check what was the issues. DSA main space dash DB path C:/snap underscore 2008 2311 2311. There's a 34. I missed that. It's like that. Sorry, can't see this one properly. To make it a bit bigger. $34 underscore then volume C $/Windows. Okay, I think now should be fine. Yes, it should display you Microsoft Active Directory Domain Services Startup Complete. Is it good for everyone? Yes, Startup Complete means is good. Yes, Startup no, shutdown means no good. Yeah, there's a dash over there. Yes, looking good. So Startup Complete means you go to your snapshot. No, you need to change the snapshot date time volume. Yes, you need to put that exactly. Yes, that one. Right, it should be fine. Look, do not close this window, leave like that. Startup complete means what we have done is all good, and our snapshot is bind with that for 45,000. That's a random logical port number. We could select 46,000, 50,000 like that. DSA main dash DB pass equal snapshot volume C Windows NTDS NTDS LDAP port 45,000. Not DS admin, DSA main. Okay, DSA main. Yeah. Yes. Yes, fantastic. So those who configured is fantastic. Now we can minimize this one. Now we're going to learn how to open this one. We're going to open our Active Directory users and computers. This one. And expand these things. Okay. So on the top in here, we right click that one, change domain controllers. And there's a specific way to look at that. We see this domain controller or NTDS. We need to say our domain controller name, domain controller name, mine server name. So my name was Zahid dash SRV1. This is the server name, colon, port number. So that's how we can open. So just put server name colon 45,000 and click outside, and it's online. So after that, once it's online, then we'll be able to open this one. If we open, we can see that, see, this is a snapshot, 45,000. This snapshot is a read-only. We can't make any changes. For example, if I have a Sydney OU, if I want to reset the password, or if I want to delete this user, yes, see, you cannot delete because it's a snapshot. So snapshot is a read-only format. You'll be able to simply see the snapshot. Yes, and pending, yeah, just wait for that. Yes, server name colon 45,000. Online, yeah, fantastic. So if it is online, simply select that one and click open. Your server name, remove all this bracket and everything, just put your server name colon 45,000. Yes, it's opening for you. Colon 45,000. Colon. Yes. And if you want to make sure, you can see, just expand a bit that one, then you'll be able to see which particular things you're looking at from the Active Directory. So you can see that this is 45,000. So this is basically your snapshot. Invalid. So so after that, this one is actually followed. If you do that, Spain. Wait for a few minutes. So it will turn from pending to online. And once it's online, you'll be able to see this is a read-only domain controller. So you cannot remove anything. You cannot make any changes in here. So if you want to delete this one, it says it will not possible because this is a this one. So what is your set up complete? So it will include 45,000. This is 45,000, not 1,000. You need to put one more zero. That should be fine. Yeah, so just wait for a few moments. It should be fine. Cool. So now you put the domain name. You don't need to put domain name. You simply your everything was good. Just only the following domain could not be contacted. Okay, so your everything was good. Only thing you put the full domain, information. So you just need to put the domain server's information. Your server information is this one. Queen dash. This is your server name. That is your outside name. That's why it was not working. Now cancel this one. You simply right click, change domain controller, and in here you need to copy paste this one. So copy. This is your actual server name. After that, colon 45,000. And pending, it should be soon. It should be online. Cool. So that's how you create the Active Directory snapshot. In the exam, they may give you some questions around that. We need to remember these steps, how to configure this snapshot. You don't you don't have to remember exactly like that, but they'll give you some options. Make sure you understand which one will be at first. You create the snapshot of Active Directory, mount the snapshot to a unique port, which is we put in 45,000 with that. And after that, expose the snapshot. Snapshot will be view and read only. So what is the advantage to having this one? Advantage is, let's say you're a administrators, you went for a holiday or something, you want to go for a holiday. So once you come back, you want to ensure that the way you set up your Active Directory services, whether is anybody change those structures or not, you'll be able to see. So when you come back, you check your snapshot, and then you can understand like whether what changes has been made, or if in case like anything happened with your services, if you want to see the structure, how you configured everything, you'll be able to see from here. There's no direct method to restore from there, but it's useful. It says, note that snapshots are read-only. You cannot modify the contents of a snapshot. Moreover, there are no direct methods with which to move, copy, and restore objects or attributes from the snapshot to the production's instance of Active Directory. You cannot directly retrieve, but it will help you to understand like how you have configured your Active Directory domain services. So this is the main thing with this Active Directory snapshot. is basically once it's online, select and click OK. In this way, you'll be able to open. It's not 7 color, it should be 4 and 45,000, then it should be fine. Recycle bin already we have looked at. You can use recycle bin. Is a very good features. You can use from Active Directory Administrative Centers. You'll be able to use, or you'll be able to enable this recycle bin, or PowerShell command. You'll be able to enable from that as well. So it's a good feature. So we can use this recycle bin all the time. So you can use some PowerShell command. With that, you can manage this recycle bin as well. Now, another thing we're going to learn, which is configure account policies. Normally, we have a one account policy or password policy, and we always have to follow that password policy. If we do not use this password policy, we will not be able to log in. Normally, for the entire domain, we have a one kind of password policy. But since Server 2008 R2, we have some options, and we can create multiple password policy for multiple groups. This is called password setting objects. Password setting object means for multiple group. For example, we have a sales group, we have a marketing group. For each of the group, we'll be able to create separate password policy. There's a two different way we can create the policy. One is with the PowerShell command, and one is via GUI. If we create via PowerShell command, so this is the command it will be. So you like PowerShell or GUI? Which one you want to use for these configurations?
GUI.
GUI? There's a lot of configurations in here. Yeah, so we can use PowerShell or GUI in order to configure these systems. So we're talking about password setting objects. So PSO. PSO stands for password setting objects. Let's say we have a sales group, or we have, oops, we don't like the space, or we may have a marketing group, we may have IT group, like that. So for each of the groups, we'll be able to create a separate password policy. For example, sales group, they need to put 8-character password, and marketing group maybe 9-character, and IT group maybe 10-character, for example. So there's many other things you can configure, but main thing is you can create different policy for each of the groups, and they'll be able to create their password by combinations of those policies. So sales group, they need to use 8-character password, marketing group 9-character, IT group 10-character password. In this way we can manage, and this feature is called password setting objects. Let's have a look how it works. At first, we go to our DC, then Active Directory Administrative Centers. In here, I think everyone, we should have sales OU. Inside the sales OU, we have a sales group, right? I think everyone has the groups. So we're going to apply one of the password policy to sales group and make sure whoever is part of that group, they need to use 9-character password. So password setting objects you'll find in this Active Directory Administrative Centers in this console. So if we click on Zahid local or your domain name local, and after that we're looking for password setting objects. Okay, we click on overview and then we go back to Zahid local again. And after that, we go to system containers. So double click on system containers. If we go down and see password settings containers, this one. So this one you open. And after that, new password settings. So you got a new window like that. This one we can say PSO1, password setting objects 1. We just name it. This is, you can put any name, but this is a password setting object 1. This is a policy actually. And then precedence is 1. 1 means this policy will apply at first. That's why we put precedence 1. Now enforce minimum password length, we put 9. Then after that, if you want to change enforce password history, if you want to change something to, let's say 30, you can do it. Then protect from accidental deletions, enforce minimum password age, enforce maximum password age 40, 42. So kind of like that, you can make changes. You don't have to do it, but you can make changes. After that, we're going to add this policy with a particular group. So you click on add and bring sales group and check name. So first one is sales group. This one we click OK and click OK. See, we create the policy and this policy directly apply to this group. Maybe spelling issues, remove the group or groups. Yes. Yes, that's good. So pick up the particular group and click OK. Yes, click OK. All good. Everyone got the groups. Fantastic. Cool. So click OK. So that means whoever is our sales group, those people, they need to follow the 9-character password. Now go back to our sales group again. Where was the sales? Under the sales OU, this is the groups. And we need to find someone who is part of the group. Easiest way to do that, let's say we put one of the user under sales group. So add to a group. I don't know whether user is part of the sales group or not, but simply I just put, then it will be easy. Yes. So in my case, I put Kim under that sales group. So after that, if I want to reset the password for Kim, let's say reset password. And if I tried 8-character password at first and see what happened, capital R at UTE 888, capital R at UTE 888, and say click OK. Say fail to reset the password for Kim. The password does not meet the length, complexity, or history requirements of the domain. So that means if I put one more extra 8, that means now 9-character password and click OK. Now it's working. So we need to use 9 character, not 8 characters. So this kind of policy we can create, and we can create multiple policy, and we can associate those policy with multiple groups. So this is the advantage we have. So password setting objects we have configured. This is one of the options. Other options, you have a PowerShell. You can create with new AD fine-grained password policy. So this is one of the, in this way we can create the policy such as new AD fine-grained password policy, and then this is the name of the policy, and this is the complexity we can configure. After that, we can add this policy, add a defined grained password policy subject. This is the policy name, and dash subjects is marketing is the group. So that means we create the policy and we can associate the policy with particular groups. So this is another method. So PowerShell we need to know as well. PowerShell you don't need to do entire configurations, but at least you need to know that, okay, new AD find get password policy, this one we can use for creating these password setting objects. And add AD find get password policy subject, this command we are using for associating a particular groups with that policy. So you can remember in this way.